to even say it. It's embarrassing. But I understand it. And I understand why some people feel the way they do about what I did. I've apologized in the past. I mean it. It's the last thing I ever wanted to do was compromise any of my colleagues and do anything but help.
CNN hasn't been doing news for years, folks, yet their star was fired for doing what people get hired at CNN to do: trash conservatives and Republicans and lie for and work to prop up socialist Democrats. Is Fredo Cuomo there another victim of CNN? Joining me now to discuss, Benny Reports host and Turning Point USA Chief Creative Officer Benny Johnson. Also here is political analyst and host of Mark Halperin's Focus Group, which you can catch weekends right here on Newsmax. Mark Halperin, great to see you both, guys. Hey, Benny, you know, I have to admit, I didn't consider Fredo a victim until Michael Knowles showed up here yesterday, brought it up. Isn't Fredo Cuomo's crime getting caught and confirming for all to see that CNN really isn't a news network?
No, CNN is a propaganda network that is a vicious attack dog, North Korean style propaganda television for the Democratic Party. And they have been that for 5 years when they started to see ratings bumps by doing just that to President Trump. And so Chris Cuomo, in all actuality, was just doing what CNN has been doing for years, peddling and protecting elected Democrats. It just happened to be his brother. And his brother, who is a dangerous philanderer and a monster, a predator, this guy Chris Cuomo was using his journalistic resources in order to hunt down the victims, according to these text messages by Letitia James, and shame them and Lord knows what else. And so we'll see what happens here. But this seems to be just the most basic violation, not just of journalistic ethics, but of just human decency. He's a monster. He's a garbage human being.
Yeah, CNN. I thought women were supposed to be believed by all you left-wingers out there. That's just me. Mark, little Brian Stelter tried to downplay Cuomo's suspension. Watch this.
You've got media critics condemning Chris, calling on CNN to take action. You have some colleagues here at CNN who were mad at Chris Cuomo for putting the network in a tough spot and wanted to see action. You also have a lot of viewers, though, who love Chris Cuomo and are now ticked off that he's off the air and they want to see him back. The bottom line is that Cuomo is on the bench for now. We're heading into a holiday season. I think it's possible he will be on the bench for several weeks. It's possible he'll be back in January.
Mark, this is no surprise. Left-wingers, you know, by their very nature, they stick together. But the owner of CNN is now on record saying he'd like to see CNN actually do something crazy, actually hire journalists. You know, I mean, that's just completely nutty. Where do you think this goes?
First of all, I wonder why Benny's so hard on the North Koreans, comparing them unfavorably to CNN. Look, if you want a lesson in the history of CNN, go read Brian Stelter's coverage of Chris Cuomo, his colleague, over the course of this entire thing. That'll give you all the insight you need to understand how CNN operates. I think they'll try to keep him. I think Jeff Zucker has been loyal to him. He'll the head of CNN. He'll keep being loyal as long as they can. But in the end, I think the outside pressure and the inside pressure is a problem, and they won't be able to withstand it. Look, everything Chris Cuomo was revealed to have done this week, we knew. This is not different than what they stood by him for. It's more specific, but it's the same principle. And I think that, again, go back and read how they've covered it up until now. They'll do their best to circle the wagons and protect him, but I don't think it will happen.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.